time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live, Wednesday, March 5th. S&P up 65 points, NASDAQ up 252, Russell up 19, Dow up 513. Strongest would be, well, the Dow and the NASDAQ are both up about 1.25%. Gold up 1/3%, silver up over 2.5%. Notes and bonds are down, 10-year yield up 1.3%. Oil down almost 3%, natural gas up over 2%. All the grains finished up over 1%. Euro and the pound strong today. US dollar relatively weak. Bitcoin up 3.3%, back above 90,000. Excuse me. VIX, big contraction down 7.5%, but still in the 21s, 21.7 currently. My VIX got whipsawed a little bit, so I'm down a few K in my VIX currently. I just did one price action iron Condor, just hit 25%, so I took some off. I've got 3 contracts left. It's nice and centered. Put that on, kind of positioned around this upper expected move area. I didn't partake in any of the consolidation this morning, and then we got the tariff news, and so I didn't put on any delta neutrals until just now. This is my first price action iron Condor today. I did have my 1 DTE from the open, which I transformed into an upside vertical for tomorrow. Minimum profit 600, max 2100. If we get above 5870, that would hit max by tomorrow's expiration. I've still got my 1 DTE on transformed from yesterday as well, which would need to close above 5875 today. So that'd be another pretty decent sized move for that to happen, for me to hit max profit on that one. Let's see what else I've got. Calendars. Nice day on calendars. Closed out at 2.3 for 26%. That was my that was the total. Closed some of that yesterday. Closed my 1.3 and 1.2 right at the open. My 1.3 for 20%, my 1.2 for 23%, and then my 2.3 from yesterday closed at 20%. And then I've got a 1.2 that I put on earlier today. So calendars liking this volatility environment today. Other than that, day trades. Let's see, where did I end up? Yeah, plus 1469 currently. I'm not in anything right now. So that's it for me today. Chad, how's your day?
Yeah, it's turning out to be pretty good. Didn't foresee myself trading as many trades as I put on today, but my 1 DTE, put that on, and it hit 25 and 40% and out. So nice winner there. My AM number 1, another nice winner. Hit 20, 40, then got stopped, but closed out some longs for 70 cents, 40 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents between calls and puts. And so really with it was a little bit higher premium. I got in at 790, and with value of the longs ended up being even going 40% and getting stopped on my last 2, a little over $2,700 in the trade, which is pretty close to what a 20, 40, 60, 80 and out is. with lower premium. So, and with longs, that may expire. So nice winner there. I did put on a trade as price was kind of consolidating, but trending lower. Oh, right around, what was that? 10:45 this morning. Because I, so wide, I thought, well, it's kind of consolidating here. And then the tariff news came out, and so it stopped it out. So, not too upset about that because it's not something you can foresee. I was able to get a little bit back on some longs, close some out for 205, and then some for $1.05, but still about a $3,500 loss. And then a lunchtime number one, put it on. Let's see, what time was that? That was at 12:25 Central. Booked 20% and then got stopped on it on the push up. But with some longs, it was a $550 winner. So again, higher premium, closing out some longs. Instead of it being a scratch trade, it was a small winner. And then I'm in a power hour that I closed for this one. I closed out half my shorts on the 20% of the shorts value, just to take some risk off the table. I mean, I'm up well over $3,000 on the day between my TLC and one DTE. So just reduced risk there. So still sitting pretty centered. So yeah, it's going to turn into a pretty nice green day.
Yeah, thank you, JG. Also did a bullish VRR. So right after the tariff news came out, or after we got that first pop, and SPX basically popped right up to unchanged after being red. I modeled out a bullish VRR with the intent of just having an amount in mind that I would risk. In this case, it was $1,500 down to the break even. But basically, if it pushed below lows of day, I would have gotten out for probably, I don't know, $1,000 or $1,200 loss. It just felt like that was kind of I talked about this in my day trading video this morning. It felt like a kind of a catalyst to provide continuation higher after all the sell-offs that we've seen recently. So that's proven to be right so far. But so anyway, I put on this bullish VRR. I haven't taken any off. It's currently at max profit, or it's above the strike that it will settle for max profit. So if we stay above 58.15, that would hit max profit. So I thought I was safe on one of these yesterday too, but so it could certainly come back down. But we're still chopping around the upper expected move. So I'm just holding that. I plan to just let it expire, but we'll see what happens. As far as individual stocks go, got a handful in the red. CrowdStrike had earnings. It's down 7%. Looks like some retail, a little bit red. The leaders on the green side, Rocket Mortgage up 11%. No earnings or anything. I'm not sure what's going on there, but MSTR is up 9%. Chinese stocks are up big. BABA leading the way, up 8%. MU is up 3.5%. Robinhood up 3.5%. Boeing's up 3%. Meta, Amazon up 2.5%. Lots of green on the board. Oh, nice, Moel. How you liking it so far? It's pretty slick, right? All right, so my price action iron condors got to be getting close to 40% here. Yeah, it's right at 40%. Well, so I'm just going to leave one on. I wouldn't doubt if this thing keeps ripping here, so I'm just gonna I'll leave one on to give a little shot, but I may close it out here if we start getting a little aggressive to the upside before it even stops out. Could still get in a fresh one for 55 wide.
Nice.
Which I may consider if we don't break out here shortly. Microsoft is on fire to the upside. Meta is starting to push back up.
So far, Nvidia and Tesla haven't been able to get through highs.
And they popped barely through, but yeah, definitely no continuation.
Not like Microsoft or
Right.
Coin, Amazon.
Apple too. Apple just is chopping around unchanged. It was pretty weak earlier, big rebound, but just back to unchanged. Bashi, I trade it every day that it is tradable for the most part. I don't have any specific filters though. I haven't really tracked win rate on it. I mean, you can go back and watch the monthly performance reports where I just kind of show what I track on it, but like last month, for example, I had 14 trades and 4 losers, 10 winners. It went through a pretty rough patch in, what was it, October, November, where it had just way more than normal kind of near pins. So those were red. The last couple months have been really good. So yeah, it just all you need is basically a 5-point move at the end of the day. Not necessarily. There for a while, I was doing 2 different versions. I was doing one where I locked it in with a vertical, and the other where I just did the fly and let it go. And it was pretty neck and neck. I did it for about 2 months, I think. Well, let's see, about 3 months. and it was in kind of that bad period performance wise in general, but it was pretty similar actually, as far as the performance goes. Yeah, if you don't lock it in, it can move 5 points and then come back into your valley. Whereas if you lock it, then you've removed all the risk. But it definitely wasn't on the data set that I compared it. It definitely was not convincing one way or the other. Speaking of Faz, are you on here? So I answered your message, but I left this on here to clarify. So I don't know if you calculated the risk reward or if you modeled it like this. If you're looking at my screen, this is the short fly. It just doing a short fly out in time, to me, it just doesn't really make any sense. I mean, you've just got a tiny bit of reward. If you're doing a 40 wide short fly, I don't know what this is trading at. You might get filled at call it $2 or $2.15 maybe. And so, $200 worth of profit. I have no idea what you're trying to do as far as management or anything, but the whole Mahomes concept just doesn't work. The whole reason it works is because of the way the pricing is at the end of the day. So trying to do it in other time frames just doesn't. I've never found anything that makes much sense. Does that help answer your question? I was kind of jumping to something else, so I wasn't able to elaborate too much in your message. Yeah, that's what I assumed. You're just looking for something that would benefit from a big move, right? I would look more along the lines of, a reverse iron condor type strategy. Get a little bit better risk reward. But again, doing them, outside of 0 or maybe 1 DTE, you're going to have situations where you have some really serious premium decay. So it's not to mention, just like like we've seen today with implied volatility as high as it is, when you get that little bump like we saw, with the tariff news coming out, I mean, look how quickly the VIX contracted. So, you're going to get some really fast premium decay. And if you're buying premium after implied volatility is already high, that's priced. Those options are super expensive. So your risk reward and your range is going to be much wider than it would be, in a lower IV environment. So I don't know. I mean, you can play with it and see if there's something that makes sense to you. But even if you look at the back tests of RICS, let me look at mine. I think there's a VIX filter where it doesn't even test well if the VIX is higher. Let's see. Okay, I have a max VIX of 30 on my early one. And a max of 26 on my late one. So we're still under that. But yeah, a lot of times when you get into that high implied volatility, it doesn't take a whole lot for volatility spikes and then it, path of least resistance is always back down, right? If any type of uncertainty comes out of the market, those premiums just get crushed. Obviously, we don't know when that's going to be, but you got to be more careful actually buying premium in high implied volatility environments. Ideally, we want to buy premium as implied volatility is expanding, and then be sellers when it starts contracting. Now, it's obviously easier said than done, but that's why, like premium selling 0 and 1 DTE works so well after we've had high implied volatility. So we've had some event or news or something going on where, volatility spikes, and the most profitable periods are typically once that uncertainty is kind of gone, and the premium just really starts, the volatility really starts reverting back to the mean, and you get that really quick decay. Obviously, we don't know that ahead of time, right? But that's just conceptually, that's how you kind of want to think about it. And then you got things like today where, we just had an announcement that something was going to be delayed for 30 days, right? These tariffs on the auto industry were going to be delayed for 30 days. And, so theoretically you could say, okay, the market had it priced in one way, and then we got this piece of information that, made the market react along with the VIX to kind of revert back a little bit. But, it's obviously we're in an environment too where news is coming out like a fire hose. So it's definitely a difficult market to trade delta neutral type stuff in. But in other words, where I was going with that is I don't know that this little tariff delay means that we put in a bottom here by any means. It's kind of a little temporary relief bounce. Now, who knows? Could be the bottom, could go to all-time highs by next week, right? We don't know, but it was more of a, seems to me more of like a temporary little bounce, temporary relief based on what the actual news was. SPX, NDX at their highs. I'm not going to put on another trade with this type of action unless we get a little bit of a pullback back to maybe towards the expected move area. Still have one lot left on my other one.
Yeah, it's kind of in a pattern. Push up, a little bit of a pause, push up, a little bit of a pause, push up.
I'm at about 50% on my other one. Hopefully we don't get a sell-off into the close like we did yesterday. That was nasty. The winds have kind of calmed down here. I don't know what they got up to last night, but kind of I heard 30 to 50 mile an hour type range. I was talking to a friend of mine in Omaha, Nebraska today, and they got 70 mile an hour winds up there.
Yeah, I saw some of the video from up there, like kind of where I'm from. Blizzard.
All right, now we're getting a little pullback. It's a little aggressive. Almost a 20-point pullback on that bar. Are we really going to see another sell-off like we did yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, this is wild.
What is going on? Let's see if the juice has any news. No. VIX popping back up above 22.
I'm always a little cautious about trading, and we're putting in new trades and things when I see like some of our main market movers not moving with the indices. So I was talking about Nvidia and Tesla, a couple big ones. Just can't push up with the indices. Means the indices may pull back at some point.
See how quickly this thing gets bought back up.
It's the biggest bar since noon.
Yep. So let's see. Today is what, Wednesday? So Thursday, tomorrow, we've got unemployment claims pre-market. Couple of Fed speakers. Waller is categorized as orange 30 minutes before the market closes, due to speak about the economic outlook at the Wall Street Journal CFO Network Summit. And then Friday, NFP, employment data, pre-market, and then Powell speaks at 11:30. See what the options were not pricing in much for Friday earlier this week. Still, applied volatility is the same for Friday as it is Thursday. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. True, Mara. Very true. It's like Christmas every day. Let's see if we get any continuation off of this little dip. Apple back in the red. Couldn't hold.
It's pretty good consolidation if you put on a power hour trade or a Wooga.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put one on. I just wanted to see if we are going to get any. Give it another minute. I want to see if we're going to follow through it all to the downside.
You're right. Like yesterday. Any members put on a Wooga? Moel?
Noel did.
Knew it. I can read him like a book.
He's on the 30s and 50s. For both of them, it looks like. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a 70 wide iron Condor right now, so I don't know that I need to put anything else on.
Getting filled on the 60s and 15s.
Jeez. It's hard to sit here and look at the options at with 35 minutes left and see you can get this wide and not trade.
Right.
I mean, you just don't get it very often.
Hey, 59 Bug Eye, if you're on the live stream, I saw you posted in the day trading chat. We're actually in the 0 DTE chat during these power hour live streams. The day trading chat we use for the morning live stream. And the one I just put on is a little skewed to the downside, which I don't really like.
So, yeah, I saw that one on when you called out. I was looking at the option strikes when you called out and I noticed that. I don't know. You might be all right though.
So I have my bot set up at $3.50, and one side got filled at 342 and the other at 357. So at the time of fill, I guess it was pretty even.
I'm gonna skip my.
We got some serious skew going on.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip my 60% profit target and lower it to 80. I mean, I'm sitting dead center on a 70 wide iron Condor right now.
All right, let's not rip back into outer space quite yet. Yeah, I wish I wish I was on more like the 2070s or 2575s.
And you could always close it and re-enter. That's you always say when we're day trading. Like you can always you can always re-enter.
That is very true.
It's been a little bit different the last couple of days though. Here I'm with these TLC iron condors and having the longs be worth so much.
Yeah,
You know, it's just different.
different world.
Yeah, it's just like, my target prices. It's like the 20% profit of the entire fill is like you got to be up by like over 30% of the entire trade to hit it.
Right.
It's just different than when I kind of created those numbers. I just hit 60%, but I didn't close anything. I'm going to go past it to 80%, hopefully, and out.
See, I knew I liked the strikes that I picked. It's right back down.
Yeah, right back down. I mean, that is a choppy power hour. Maybe it feels like it owes us from yesterday.
Yes, it does. It definitely owes us. Really checked earnings this week. There's CrowdStrike last night. I assume there's not really much going on. Let's double check here. Today's Wednesday, the 5th. After the bell, we have Marvell. Oh, tomorrow we've got AVGO and Costco. Those are tradable. Costco and AVGO are both after the market closes Thursday. MRVL. That one used to be somewhat tradable. What's it doing? Oh, yeah, only 5 or 10 cents wide. That one is after the bell today. Pretty much looks like the market. All right, I'm trying to get filled on a bullish fly in MRVL. Really just on the basis that I think the overall market is going to possibly continue higher tomorrow. Filled at 97 cents. All right, so I just posted that if anyone is interested in taking a look. ZS. When did they announce? And what are they? Z Scalar, ZS Scalar. Hang on a second. I got to take off some of my Iron Condor. At 25%. Nice. Good action. All right, so ZS. $200 stock, 15, 20, 35 wide. Yeah. kind of borderline. I wouldn't trade it, but I mean, if I did, I would, just because that my overall market bias, I'd go to the bullish side. MDB. Well, you need to be calling your buddy and tell the rest of us what the earnings report is going to be, Faz. Why are you holding back on us? Let's get some Pelosi insider trading going. He kept showing Pelosi last night during the speech. She makes me smile every time I see her. MDB, $265 stock, dollar wide options. Yeah, I wouldn't be trading that either. I mean, it's tradable, but what'd you do, Faz? What'd you do to make him mad? We need you to rekindle that relationship.
You 80% out on my power hour trade.
Climb time. What did you adjust your PAIC on the first profit target? I move it down to $4 from wherever price is trading. So it's currently at $8. Yeah, so I always keep it between $4 and $4.50 is what I kind of ratchet it down. Hey, 59 Bug Eye, are you on the live stream? I don't think he's on the live stream. I'll answer him once I get off here. 19 minutes to go, 9 minutes till MOC. $50 butterfly is going to be cheap. Maybe 60 cents right now. That's a good question, Elliot. Certainly feels like these funds could be doing a lot of repositioning, doesn't it? So let's see where I'm at here. My one lot that I have left on the other is centered. I'll leave that one on to expire. This recent one where I've got 3 left. I'd like to see a little down move to take some more off. That's what I'd like to see. I'm leaving on the 1-2, my 6-7. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot I don't have that in my toss account, so it wasn't on my calendar radar on my bots. I'm going to close that. Let's see, I got into that at 680. See if I can get out for a little scratch profit. Made a nickel minus commissions on my 6-7. Net. So VRR, I always use, or at least I always start with the side that I'm buying. So in this case, the call side, I start out with a 30 delta. And I go 10 wide. And then on the side that I'm selling, which in this case is the put side, I start at the 20 delta and go 20 wide. So whatever side I'm buying, 30 delta, whatever side I'm selling, 20. Double the width on the side I'm selling. I'm not sure if you've watched the transformer lesson on that. I think it's the 4th lesson. I go into a little bit more detail, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. All right, 5 minutes. Let's get a little 5-point down move here. Getting close to 50%. I'll leave one of these on. All right, so I got one of my previous price action iron condor and one of my current one. Both are pretty centered. Try to let these go to the bell. Three and a half minutes till MOC. Yeah, exactly, Matrix. It's really just, you trade so many different strategies on SPX. You start to get a lot of strike conflict with double calendars and iron condors and iron ducks and everything else. It starts to get a little too overcrowded. So it's just nice to be able to trade certain strategies in one account and certain strategies in the other to keep it cleaner. 45 butterfly. Still well under $1, maybe 70 cents. MOC in a little over a minute. Let's have a nice, calm, small MOC number. All right, MOC incoming. $51 million buy side. That's nice and tiny. And a little pullback. Just need to stay above 58.14. Got an 18-point buffer. That's for my VRR as well. Now it's not going to be trading at $2 yet for sure, especially after this move. $30 butterfly. Maybe trading for $1.15, $1.20. $35 butterfly. Yeah, I don't know. These things are jumping around too much. Like still under $1. Too much movement for Mahomes entry. Oh, wow. I may get a pin on my last tranche, which would bring my VIX back to a respectable, still red for the day, but I was down about 3,000. Now I'm only down 800. So if we can just stay right here, that'd be nice. Six and a half minutes to go. $40 butterfly, still very cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. 45. Looks like they're still trading under $1. Maybe. There's some a little bit higher prints now. Climb Time, I did a podcast episode on that a few weeks back. I don't have a good answer. The short answer is I don't have an answer, but you may want to check that out. I just kind of walk through some thought processes around that. Episode 98, When to Stop Trading a Strategy, it's called. Not even entering any orders for short fly yet. Doesn't look like it's even coming close. We've got 4.5 minutes to go.
Order cancelled. My two remaining price action iron condors appear they should pin. Stay below 60 on the upside. We still got 4 minutes. I shouldn't be counting a pin yet. My VRR appears that it should be a pin. Unless we have a 30-point drop. My 1 DTE transformer from yesterday will be minimum profit of 765. My 1 DTE transformer for tomorrow needs to get above 58.70, which is definitely doable.
At 45, butterfly might be ready to fill, but we're down to 2 minutes. I'll do a 2-lot, no lock. Nope, no fill. No, I'm going to cancel. No Mahomes today for me. He's working hard in the offseason, trying to get back to the old him. All right, less than a minute. Robinhood is pushing hard. What else we got going on here? Tesla's pushing hard to the upside. Those are the two biggest pushers. We got NVIDIA kind of rolling over. Everything else just kind of chopping. Five seconds. Ding, ding, ding. 5842.5. Man, it just chopped around that expected move zone like a beast for Power Hour. That was nice. All right, all. That's a wrap. Chad will be streaming live at the market open for day trading. We'll be back for Power Hour. Take care. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.